If you're looking for a work from home job, it sounds ideal. But in today's climate, you've got to beware of the scammers. This is a story about a woman who was expecting a paycheck from her work from home job. Instead, she got scammed.
But an Akron mother found out just how tough it can be.
She went through the process, even worked for more than 2 weeks, but in the end, she says she was left empty-handed.
News 5 investigator Jonathan Wall shows us what happened, what to watch out for, and what we found in Miami, Florida.
Type in the web address. Normally, it would populate.
Mikhail Green from Akron can't believe what she sees.
It says the site is blocked because it may contain unsafe content.
It's supposed to be the site of a company she thought was her new employer.
I don't play with people's money or their livelihood. That I think is cruel. I'm sorry.
She says it all started in late October when Esquire Invest Inc. offered her a work-from-home job that paid well. With her banking background, she tells us she worked a total of 95 hours processing payments involving cryptocurrency. But when it came time to get paid, the instructions told her to deposit $400 into an online account, and then she would get her pay.
Now, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be insulting, but they're supposed to be paying you, and they ask you to deposit $400 to them, and then you're going to get paid. Like, no red flag went off, or, you have a lot of people who are just plain old stupid. God bless their soul and stuff like that. But some people are just stupid. Maybe they have some sort of disabilities or something like that, or processing disabilities or naivete or whatever it is. But, you can't think that someone owes you a paycheck and instead you send them a paycheck. Like, there are people who legitimately get scammed, but sometimes when I see these stories, it just comes down to common sense, old school common sense, not new school common sense, because new school common sense is different from the old school common sense. The new school common sense is a collective of people that really don't think. They don't think and process things the way older people used to. Not older people like old, because, a lot of old people are getting scammed. I mean the old school style common sense. Old school style common sense is that collective of intelligence, because people used to read. They used to have to do their schoolwork. They used to have to memorize things. So people of the older era, they had to use their brain. Nowadays, the younger generations, they don't have to use their brain. They want to know something, they go to Google. They want to know what 1 + 1 is, they just type it in ask Google or use a calculator. They don't have to process anything the way people used to. So the common sense of today is just really lacking traditional common sense. But let's go.
And behind on my bills considerably, been asking friends and family for money.
Deposit $400 into an online account, and then she would get her pay.
I am behind on my bills considerably, been asking friends and family for money. I needed my $2,000 to pay my rent.
We were able to get onto Esquire Invest's site, tried calling their phone numbers.
The number you have dialed is not in service.
Nothing went through.
Just hangs up, doesn't work.
We emailed the company 3 times, no response. We obtained this recent video of the address listed for Esquire Invest Inc. in Miami, Florida. We also found the state of Florida dissolved the company back in September, but Remember, it hired Mikhail in late October.
People call us questioning, how can this be? What do I do?
Erica Dilworth from the Better Business Bureau in Cleveland says you might have a resume out there and get a random text, email, or phone call.
If it's all text conversation, if it's all email conversation, even if it's just a phone conversation, you really have no way to confirm, is this an actual business?
And she says if the employer is asking you to pay or deposit your own money, that's the biggest red flag.
I can't think of a situation that I've encountered where it is appropriate for the person hiring you to ask for money.
For Mikhail, she was depending on her pay, even telling her landlord she'll be able to get him the rent.
And I look like a liar because we're not good. And if me and my daughter become homeless from this, nobody cares.
Well, she got that right. I mean, she got that right. If she and her daughter end up homeless on the street, it's so many people out here going through tough times and hard times. And a lot of people just don't give a damn. They don't give a damn, baby. So at the end of the day, you've got to use your common sense. You have to use your common sense. There's a lot of scammers out here because a lot of people are experiencing tough times, and you have a lot of people that are just plain old greedy and con artists, and they don't mind taking something from you and stealing something from you and conning you out of money for their life and their lifestyle. So hopefully this lady will get herself a legit job. And if something happens where she does have to get evicted from her home, hopefully she has cultivated a relationship with some family or friends that will be able to assist her and her child until they can get on their feet. Unfortunately, you have some people out here that there is nobody to turn to, nobody that's going to let them come into their house, no friend, no family. They end up either sleeping in their car or in a homeless shelter. So please be careful out there when you are looking for jobs. There are a lot of these ghost jobs on these websites. From my understanding, a ghost job is basically a posting for a job where the company is not seriously actively hiring. They either will not call you back at all, or they'll call you and waste your time doing Zoom interviews with you. And they really just have no intentions of, and some of them have the audacity to actually have you physically come into their company knowing that they are not actively hiring. Why they're doing all of that, I do not know. But there are a lot of ghost jobs out here. There are a lot of scam jobs out here. Again, the moral of the story, if a company is asking you for money and they are supposed to be the employer, do not pay it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so.